Hello dear students, once again welcome to Eklavya E-Class. Today I am going to teach you the portrait of a lady written by Khushwant Singh. Khushwant Singh is one of the best known Indian writers of all time. In this chapter, the author has very beautifully described his relationship with his grandmother. The chapter starts with the author's description of his grandfather, whom he has seen only in a portrait, and also the description of his grandmother in detail. He says that for last 20 years, he has not noticed any change in the physical appearance of his grandma. The grandma is short in height, a little bit fatty, and slightly bent with her waist. She was very fair in complexion, having crisscross wrinkles all over her face. She used to put on white clothes all the time, and with her silver locks she used to look like a winter landscape in the mountains. As the author has always seen her in the same appearance for a long time period, or we can say since he remembers her. That's why he says it is very difficult for him to believe that once upon a time the grandma used to be a young, pretty and charming lady. He says that she could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. He means to say that physically she could not be considered to be very beautiful, pretty. But as far as a human being is concerned, she was such a great soul that she was always very beautiful. Now, the author describes his relationship with his grandmother in 3 different phases. The first phase of their relationship was when he lived with his grandmother in the village and his parents were shifted to the city. The grandma was very caring to him. She used to wake him up early in the morning, helped him in getting ready for the school, and went to see him off to the school. While going out, she never forgot to take the stale chapatis to feed the stray dogs on the way. It shows that the grandma was an animal lover also. Till the time the author studied in his primary school, the grandma kept herself busy in the adjoining temple in reading the religious books. Then, after some time, the second phase of their life started when the grandma and the author both came to city. Now, the lifestyle got changed. The grandmother could not accompany the author to the school. He used to go by bus now. And the grandmother was not very happy to see the teaching of only science subjects there and she was afraid that there was no teaching of the subjects like moral science. One thing more she did not like at all, and that was the teaching of music as a subject, because she thought that it was the subject as believed that time that related or concerned to so-called low category people. Now in the city, the grandma did not get stray dogs to feed, but the author says she was so practical that she found its substitute there. She started feeding sparrows in the afternoon. For some time, she used to spin the wheels, and in the afternoon, which used to be her most favorite time, she fed the sparrows with breadcrumbs, and very soon a big number of sparrows started coming over there. There was a strange kind of bonding between the grandmother and the sparrows. They used to talk together. The grandma was also very friendly with them. After that, the third phase came when the author started going to university. Now they both had separate rooms, therefore they could not talk that much together, but still there was a bonding between the two. After that, the author decided to go abroad for his higher studies. The grandma accepted this decision very happily. She even went to see her grandson off to the station also. The author was very emotional, very sentimental, thinking that his grandma is so old now. Maybe after coming back, he would be able to see her again or not. But after 5 years, when the author came back, to his great surprise and joy also, he found his grandma there to receive him. And appearance-wise, she was as usual. After reaching home, the grandma decided to celebrate the homecoming of her grandson. She called the ladies from neighborhood, brought some old drum and started singing the homecoming folk songs. Everybody was worried to see it that the grandma could get unwell. But that day, grandma did not listen to anybody. She even forgot, for the first time perhaps in her life, to say her evening prayers that day. She kept on singing and singing and singing continuously. And next morning, as it was expected, everybody was afraid. The grandma fell sick. The doctor was called. He said it was due to her old age and overexertion. Grandma was lying in her bed, cool and calm, with the rosary in her hand, telling the beads. And suddenly they noticed that the rosary had fallen down from her hands and grandma was no more. In the afternoon, when the the last scene is very, very touching and important also from the point of view of question asked in CBSE. When the dead body of the grandma was kept in the courtyard to be taken for the cremation, people noticed that hundreds of sparrows had gathered over there. But today, they did not make any noise at all. It seemed as if they had come to pay a tribute to their friend, to their well-wisher. People thought perhaps they had come as a routine to get breadcrumbs over there. That's why the author's mother brought the chapatis from inside and she spread the breadcrumbs all around the courtyard. But to the great surprise of everybody, the sparrows did not even touch them. And after the body was taken away, very silently all the sparrows flew away. With that, the chapter ends and it shows what a great soul the grandmother of the author was. Thank you.